Listen to this very carefully, because God has sought you out today by your first name. You are not here by mistake, nor by chance. You are the chosen one for what is about to happen. Pause everything you are doing. Heaven has stopped time just to speak to you. I am not here to give you another lecture. I am here to awaken you. If this video has reached your screen, it is because you are ceasing to be an ordinary person and becoming a living testimony. Listen carefully and do not move, because today your life is going to be shaken to its very foundations. Do not ignore this message, because your divine appointment begins this very second. Today is not just any day on your calendar. It is a sacred moment that God set aside from eternity to meet with you. I know you've been crying silently. I know you have whispered prayers in the darkness of your room, wondering if someone up there could really hear you. I want you to know something today. God not only heard you, He was keeping every tear. And today, the waiting is over. Stay with me until the end, because your breakthrough isn't on its way. Your breakthrough has already arrived at your door. This is a trumpet call for those who are ready. God isn't looking for observers. He's looking for warriors. He's looking for people who truly believe. When God decides to act, He doesn't ask permission. He kicks down the door to your impossibilities. Before we continue, stay with me, because what's coming will change everything. Write 777 in the comments. That's the number of God's perfection. If you believe this is your moment, declare it with that number right now. The chosen ones don't leave. They stay until the very last second. Beloved, the time of complete transformation has begun. Today is a date marked by the hand of God. It is not something routine. It is the day heaven has chosen for everything you know to change. This change will touch your body, your relationships, and even the way you see yourself in the mirror. You've spent too much time waiting, staring at closed doors. But listen carefully and don't shift your focus. God is moving strategically. He is not playing dice with your life. He is precise. This message isn't just a motivational phrase to make you feel good for a while. It's a clear line between your painful past and your powerful future. If your soul feels this is true, it's because you were meant to be here. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. The transformation that's coming may be intense, but it's necessary. You've been at your limit, on the verge of giving up. You thought that going on was no longer worth it. But I tell you today that the struggle has served its purpose. What God is going to do is not just a change of mood, it's a physical awakening. You're going to feel it in your bones like a fire that won't go out. On Friday, June 6th, you won't wake up the same. Something within you will stir. You'll feel an energy you thought was lost. You'll have a mental clarity that will cut through confusion like a sword. That's the presence of God activating your body. That warmth in your chest, that tingling in your hands, it's not by chance. It's God's signature confirming that He is working in you right now. Stay with me, because this isn't an advertisement. It's the power of resurrection reaching the dead spots in your life. Think about those dreams you buried because you thought it was too late. God is reaching those same places today. He's reviving your vision and your courage. He's not waking you up to stay the same. He's activating you to fulfill your purpose. The burden you were carrying is being lifted. God is pouring fresh oil upon you. But listen carefully. Do not enter this new season carelessly. Prepare yourself. Consecrate yourself. God fills vessels that are willing. You don't need to be perfect. You only need to say yes. When you say yes, heaven responds, and the doors that were once locked open by themselves. You will feel everything begin to align. The physical and the spiritual unite, because God is a God of total restoration. This change begins within you. Your thoughts and habits will be purified. Do not resist the process. Sometimes a fire burns, but it is to cleanse you, not to destroy you. You are being prepared to bear a blessing far greater than you can imagine. Stay present, because you will soon notice how people treat you differently. You will see how peace comes to those places where there was only anxiety before. Your instincts will be stronger and your vision clearer. It's not luck. It's the Spirit of God giving you authority. It's not authority to boast about. It's the support of heaven walking beside you. This is more than just inspiration. It's a power giving. God is placing something within you that no one can shake off. What tried to destroy you last year will no longer have power over you in this new phase. Your body is being adjusted to carry more light and more purpose. This change will be evident in your voice, your presence, and your decisions. Receive it now. Embrace it. Enter this time knowing you are the chosen one. It is you, but healed. It is you, but courageous. It is you, but anointed. Live with joy because what you ask for is no longer a distant dream. It is already here. When you walk with the clarity God gives you, you don't need to shout to be heard. Your presence speaks volumes. Your decisions now carry real weight. Your spirit becomes magnetic, not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you're aligned to the frequency of heaven. As your thoughts align, your emotions calm. The anxiety that once controlled your life begins to release you. Listen carefully and stay put. The fear that whispered doubts in your mind now fades before the power of God. That restlessness that kept you awake at night is replaced by a peace that no one can shake. And peace is power. When you have peace, you are unshakable. Nothing moves you. Now you are available for what truly matters. Your purpose. You weren't born to go around in circles or to live in confusion. You were born to rise up. Do not ignore this message, for the Spirit of God is calling you to awaken your senses right now. He wants you to open your ears and receive what He's been trying to give you for so long. You have asked for a sign. You have prayed for confirmation. Here it is. This is your moment. When you feel that warmth in your chest, do not be afraid. It is divine power. When you feel that vibration in your hands, do not doubt. It is your destiny being fulfilled. Stay with me until the end, because this isn't the end of anything. It's the beginning of a sacred reset in your life. It's a fresh fire illuminating your path. You don't need to understand everything right now. Just surrender to the process. Let the transformation flow through every fiber of your being. What God is doing in you isn't just for your benefit. It's for the people you will guide and the lives you will touch. This awakening is your inheritance. You are ready to believe again and to walk into any place with a clear purpose. You are ready to break free from family ties with a single decision. God doesn't just awaken a part of you. He awakens you completely. This is your new life, and the world will never see you the same way again. My dear friends, when God activates something within you, it cannot be hidden. The change is so real that you radiate light. You won't have to explain to people what happened. They will feel it. Your energy will change the atmosphere of any room. People will notice because the presence of God is alive within you. The world always recognizes someone who carries the divine fire. You're not here to be applauded. You're here to make an impact. When that new energy emerges, you'll notice people approaching you seeking answers without knowing why. It's not personal charm. It's the mark of your transformation. Your influence will grow because your spirit demands it. Your very life becomes a sermon, and the evidence that God is still transforming lives today. Listen carefully to this. What you are experiencing is profound. God is touching your very foundation, reaching even your original design. Within you are layers of power and vision that have been dormant, waiting for this moment. When the Spirit of God breathes upon you, your gifts are released. This is not something strange. It is sacred design. Now you will begin to see beyond the visible. You will know when to move and whom to trust. You will sense danger before it arrives. This is divine intelligence awakening within you. Before we go any further, stay with me. You will notice a sudden clarity in your decisions and a stronger compassion for others. This comes directly from God. You will no longer operate by the world's rules, but by what God placed within you from the beginning. Your identity is being reactivated. You will have a sharper conscience. You will recognize the intentions of others much more quickly. You will walk with wisdom and with divine yes in your spirit. But understand this. It's not about controlling others, but about guiding them with your presence. Your light will be the path for many. Your words will be medicine, and your hands will bring healing. You become a leader because you embody the truth. Don't doubt this power or think you're unqualified. God doesn't awaken what He hasn't anointed before. You're not an imposter. You're a bearer of God's image. This awakening won't isolate you. It will elevate you. The right people will find you, and the right doors will open. The entire universe will respond to your new frequency. You will find yourself surrounded by favor and protected by grace. This isn't a fleeting emotion. It's a permanent shift in your destiny. This fire is here to stay. You have a responsibility to nurture this power. Protect it from noise, cynicism, and distractions. This power is for you and for all generations to come. You are the one who breaks the old cycles and ignites the new fire. By awakening, you give others permission to awaken as well. You become a living testament to rebirth. Your legacy will not be titles, but transformation that will outlive you. So, when you feel your intuition sharpening, don't apologize for it. Step into that power. Let it flow from within you. The world is hungry for truth, and you carry it within you. You are a sacred temple. Your impact is just beginning, and the roots of your calling are growing deep. Don't force anything. Just be true to yourself and stand firm. Once that inner switch is flipped, there's no going back. You can no longer pretend you have no power. You felt too much to ignore the fire. Rise with humility, but with the confidence that the King of Kings lives within you. The world will see you shine, and when they ask how you did it, simply tell them, I have been awakened by my Creator, and I will never be the same again. Beloved, understand that there comes a time when seeing beyond the surface is vital. I'm not talking about seeing the obvious. I'm talking about divine discernment, that vision that pierces through masks and lies. God is activating within you the ability to distinguish truth from deception. It's not logic. It's the Spirit of heaven whispering to you, pay attention. From now on, situations that seem harmless will make you uncomfortable if they're not right. People who are hiding their intentions will show their true colors. It's not that they've changed. It's that your spiritual eyes have been opened. Trust that little nudge in your gut. That's the Spirit of truth protecting and guiding you. This gift will take care of you more than anything else. Discernment isn't about judging. It's about having clarity. It's the compass God placed within you. If you listen to it, it will guide you away from traps disguised as opportunities and from untrustworthy people. It will steer you away from deals that seem good, but require you to sell your soul. Your destiny is too great to be ruined by deception. That's why God gives you X-ray vision of your soul. He wants to position you for your purpose. When you walk with this discernment, your confidence will grow stronger. You will no longer doubt every step. You will move with authority because you know you are being guided. That is what divine clarity does. It silences confusion and calms anxiety. If God placed an alert in your spirit, it is for a reason. Stop apologizing for what you feel. Don't silence God's voice just to please people who don't care about your destiny. Your purpose is what matters. You weren't born to be anyone's plaything or to live under deception. You were born to be an instrument of God's truth. Listen to this carefully. You will know the value of your discernment by the fruits it bears in your life. If you follow that inner voice, you will find a freedom that defies human explanation but is perfectly aligned with heaven. You will no longer have to force relationships or beg for anyone's approval. When you walk in God's light, you are no longer confused about who you are or where you are going. You begin to recognize what nourishes your soul and what is suffocating it. And the more you respect that knowledge, the more powerful you become. Stay here with me, because once you learn to discern the truth, God begins to build a divine guide within you. It's like an internal GPS that doesn't operate on logic or past experiences, but rather on the direct voice of the Holy Spirit. This guide is the greatest treasure you can possess because it gives you holy courage. It's not arrogance. It's knowing you don't walk alone. When God guides you, your steps have a clear purpose. You stop wasting time on paths that were never meant for you, and you stop saying yes to things that steal your peace. Before you go any further, listen to this. You don't need a detailed plan or see the whole map. When God is your shepherd, you just need to take the next step with sensitivity. That's faith in action. By trusting in that divine whisper, a peace beyond all understanding will flood your heart. You may not see the final destination yet, but you know you're on the right path. That's how God works. He gives you glimpses of light to test your trust. The more you trust, the clearer His voice will become. Don't ignore this message, because with this clarity, you will begin to make decisions that will impact many. You will say no to things others expected you to pursue. You will distance yourself from circles where you once wanted to fit in. And even if they don't understand, you will be at peace because you are not seeking applause. You are seeking to follow God's voice. That divine rhythm will take you to places where human effort can never reach. God is not calling you merely to survive. He is calling you to walk with authority and vision. Protect what God has given you. Guard your spirit from everything that drains you. Surround yourself with people who speak life, not confusion. If you are aligned with heaven, you can no longer tolerate what drags you back. Every time you obey that inner prompting, you become wiser and stronger. The day will come when the decisions that once kept you awake at night will be easy. The people who once deceived you will no longer be able to do so, because God has trained your eyes and strengthened your heart. He walks with you, whispering, "This is the way. Do not be afraid. Stay with me until the end." Because when God transforms you, that light manifests in your posture and your presence. You won't have to announce that you've changed. The world will sense it. When you enter a room, people will notice. Your spirit will speak before your mouth. That's what happens when the divine presence radiates from within. You inspire respect without asking for it. People who once ignored you will now give you a second glance. Those who doubted you will come to you for advice. It's not that they changed. It's that you ignited the light within you. Some people will be drawn to your light. Others will be confused, and some will feel intimidated. But don't worry about their reaction. You're only responsible for the light you carry. This energy will open doors with a sacred purpose. God is raising you up to lead, not with titles or manipulation, but with authenticity and service. You will lead others simply by the way you live, remaining calm when others panic, and speaking life when others complain. You don't need to be perfect to be a leader. You only need to be faithful. I know not everyone will celebrate your growth. Some will criticize you because your rise exposes their own insecurities. But don't diminish yourself to make others feel comfortable. Don't dim your light because someone prefers darkness. Protect your peace and your purpose. This anointing is sacred. Don't cast it into toxic environments or waste it on soul-draining conversations. Your energy is a precious resource. Guard it like a flame in the wind. Surround yourself with people of faith. Be clear about your priorities because where God is leading you, you can't bring extra baggage or distractions. Your calmness will make you magnetic, and your wisdom will be sought after. This isn't just something you experience. It's God working through you. But remember, this influence comes at a cost and requires discipline. You can't say yes to everything. Stay the course and keep your eyes on the task ahead. Let me speak to that part of you that still doubts. That part that wonders if you're truly worthy of this attention or strong enough to bear this burden. Listen carefully. God didn't choose you because you were perfect. He chose you because you were willing. He saw your pain, your struggles, and your failures, and yet he still said, "Yes, I want you." Leadership in the kingdom of God isn't about credentials. It's about a posture of surrender and faith. People don't need another celebrity. They need someone who reflects heaven. To stay strong, you must set boundaries. Say no when necessary. Stay away from places where your spirit is suffocated, and don't argue with those who don't want to understand you. Your peace is your power. When everything around you trembles, your stillness will be your greatest strength. Don't waste time on worldly battles. You are in a spiritual war. Every time you choose peace over panic, you give God space to move. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Simply walk and lead as the version of yourself God awakened. Let your consistency be the strongest sermon you preach. True leadership is seen in the shadows, and how you love and forgive when no one is watching. You are ascending and carrying the fire of transformation. Cherish it, because the world already has enough noise. What it truly needs is your light. There will come a time when you will feel something sacred rising from deep within you. It is not a fleeting emotion or a burst of motivation. It is divine energy. It is God moving within you. When that force arrives, it doesn't ask permission or adapt to your schedule. It rises like a sacred tide to awaken every promise God planted within you. This is not adrenaline. It is the breath of heaven drawing you out of the shadows of doubt and fear. You will know him, and that knowledge will transform your life forever. This energy comes to empower you and remind you that you are free. This is a moment God declares, the games are over. No more feeling small. No more hiding. You don't have to wait any longer because you have been chosen and anointed today. Heaven is moving, and your doubts must disappear now. I understand this may feel overwhelming at first. You spent too much time using only a small part of who you truly are. You've been living in survival mode, doing only what's necessary to get through each day. You've been settling into places and people who never valued your calling. You've tolerated fear and conformed to what others expected of you. People who never understood the greatness God placed within you. But listen to this. Everything is changing. The spiritual current within you has shifted. That pressure you feel isn't meant to crush you. It's meant to awaken you. God's power is tearing down every lie you believed and every wall you built to protect your wounds. Your old self is over. Something new is being born this very second. Stay with me, because as this wave of power grows within you, the world around you will begin to respond differently. You will feel a new flow in your life. Your conversations will have more depth, and people will look at you with new eyes, some with curiosity, others with quiet respect. You will see opportunities come to you without you having to chase them. Paths that were once blocked will open almost effortlessly. This is not your imagination. It is divine alignment. When your spirit aligns with God's purpose, your outer world reflects that order. Miracles become your new normal. You no longer walk blindly or run aimlessly. Now you move with precision. Your decisions no longer stem from social pressure, but from a deep peace. You are in rhythm with heaven, and in that flow, you will find open doors you never even knocked on and blessings you never expected. It's not luck or coincidence. It's God's favor responding to the change that has taken place within you. But listen carefully and don't waver, because this energy carries great responsibility. You can't treat something so sacred as if it were just anything. You can't walk with God and let old habits dictate your actions. You have to protect the fire within you. Wisely manage your energy. You will quickly notice which environments honor your growth and which only tolerate your presence but resist your evolution. This sensitivity is not weakness. It is sacred awareness. Begin making choices that honor the light you carry within. Step away from the noise that once held you captive. You no longer need to convince anyone of your worth because you now live with divine confidence. You become a stabilizing force for others, someone who brings calm. People will no longer seek you out for entertainment, but for encouragement and an example. You become a living sign that when God awakens his people, the whole world feels it. Stay humble, because you know you didn't create this energy. It was entrusted to you. You were chosen because you positioned yourself correctly, and now that impact carries a heavenly expectation. That you continue to grow, that you continue to stand when others sit, and that you continue to believe when others give up. Once you experience this divine flow, you can't go back to normal. You can't shrink back to make others comfortable. You can't ignore the truth the fire has already revealed. This new life isn't a fad. It's your true identity being reintroduced. Your task is to carry this truth with courage every day, in every conversation, and in every decision. You carry the frequency of freedom. If you continue walking in this flow, the transformation will manifest in everything around you. You will be an instrument of divine design. Nothing around you will ever be the same again. Not your habits, not your mindset, not your reality. You are the miracle. Beloved ones, when the presence of God lives and breathes through you, it is impossible to hide. This spiritual awakening is not meant to be kept private. It is meant to flow out to others. When that happens, your essence shines so brightly that no one can ignore it. You become a mirror of God's glory in places that have long been in darkness. You are courage for the fearful and a reminder for those who feel forgotten. When you awaken others simply by your presence. The atmosphere changes when you enter a room. People listen to you because of your authenticity. Seeing you filled with Christ, others will wonder what they haven't yet unlocked. The awakening is contagious and multiplies. You are the beginning of a ripple that will become a wave of restoration and power. You don't need a pulpit. Your discipline and consistency are the message. People will sense it before they understand it. Some will want what you have and ask you how you changed. At that moment, don't talk about your own strength. Say, God did it. He awakened something in me, and I simply said yes. That yes you repeat every day is changing more lives than you realize. You give others permission to have hope again. If God did it for you, he can do it for them. That's how true revival begins. The more you walk this path, the more you'll notice that you're not just influencing people, you're activating them. You're drawing out the potential of people who thought they had nothing of value. Your obedience is the catalyst. Your fire is contagious. But this awakening also liberates you. There are gifts and strengths buried deep within you that have been waiting for this exact moment to emerge. You're not just being transformed. You're being activated for a time like this. You will begin to perceive truth where others see nothing. You will know how to heal with your words without rehearsing. You will have instincts so profound that you won't be able to explain them. You have gone from merely surviving to living with full awareness. This is not a coincidence. It is your calling. Now you recognize yourself not only as a believer, but as a spiritual warrior. You carry a power that you must use with humility and reverence. You are no longer a victim of circumstances. Now you are a weapon in God's hands. As a warrior, your stance changes. You don't shy away from resistance or run from challenges. You enter difficult places because you have been prepared and anointed. You have awakened to fight for truth and for souls, not with insults, but with faith and presence. You know the source of your strength, and that keeps you focused and pure in a dirty world. Warriors protect what is sacred, their mind, their spirit, and their peace. And you are not alone in this. Every day is a conversation with God, every step a prayer. The battles you face are not meant to destroy you, but to develop you. God is training your hand for war and your heart for compassion. You become both shield and sword, gentle yet unyielding. People will feel safer around you because they'll feel like heaven is near when you appear. The question is no longer whether you'll rise again, because you already have. The question is, what will you do with the fire you carry within you? Protect it. Let it refine you. You are guiding others toward the light that sets you free. This isn't a phase. It's the beginning of your legacy. You are a spark in God's hands, meant to illuminate the path for many. Stay true and ready. The world needs warriors who live the truth and embody change. Move with wisdom. The time will come when everything changes completely, not through your efforts, but because your spirit is finally aligned with God. In that alignment, you will stop chasing things that are not meant for you. You will stop wasting energy on the wrong things. Now you will begin to attract what is rightfully yours by divine right. You will see the relationships and resources your calling requires come to you. You are not begging for access or forcing results. The right doors open on their own, and the right people come to you. Conversations flow naturally. This is God's favor moving in your life, responding to profound change that has already taken place within you. This magnetism you feel has nothing to do with your appearance, your status, or your accomplishments. It's not about charisma or how many people know your name. It's something much deeper. It's the light of God flowing through you. People won't be able to explain it, but they will feel it. They will sense that there is something different about you. It's not ego, it's purpose. It's obedience. It's sacred. Now you live with intention and move with a focus you didn't have before. You walk in the truth of your calling, and that emits a frequency that others immediately pick up on. When your spirit shines with that alignment, the right opportunities will recognize you. People will be drawn to connect with you, not because you force it, but because you are true to who God created you to be. This divine attraction stems from your authenticity, from the truth of who you are becoming. That truth speaks for you before you even open your mouth. It opens doors in rooms you haven't yet entered and attracts what was always yours, but was waiting for your spirit to mature. Stay with me, because when you finally align yourself with God's purpose, it seems like everything happens at once. The perfect moment, the right mentor, the open door. It's not by chance. It's the fruit of your obedience. But don't be mistaken. This attraction isn't for your personal comfort. It's for your spiritual growth. What God draws into your life is there to prepare you and build you up for what comes next. These are sacred tasks, connections sent for the kingdom. Listen carefully and don't get sidetracked. Once you understand this, you stop wasting time. You stop investing in relationships that feel good emotionally but lead nowhere spiritually. You stop getting distracted. Now you realize that everything that comes into your life either feeds your future or feeds your fears. And you've already come too far to accept anything that isn't God's plan. With this magnetism growing, you'll need discernment. Not everything that appears is meant to stay. Not every offer comes from God. If you lack discernment, you'll mistake the noise for purpose. The enemy also opens doors, not to lift you up, but to ensnare you and lead you astray. That's why discernment is an absolute necessity to protect your purpose. It's the ability to see beneath the surface and recognize the spirit behind every smile. This gift grows stronger the more you trust it. You will stop reacting to emotion and begin responding to revelation. You will no longer seek the world's approval, but the prompting of the Holy Spirit. This clarity will save you much pain and time. You will know when to say no, even when everyone is pressuring you to say yes. You will learn to choose what is wise over what seems clever. Wisdom gives you peace, and peace is your reward. Discernment isn't about judging others. It's about protecting your path. It's about building a lasting life where your relationships are genuine and your surroundings bring clarity instead of confusion. Your future self will thank you for it. You'll learn to say yes with peace and no without guilt. This creates healthy boundaries, not walls to shut out love, but doors to protect what's precious to you. Be wise. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Honor the work God is doing in you. Stay until the very last second, because here's the blessing. By living this way, your entire life is elevated. You're no longer scattered. You're focused. You're grounded. Your actions are intentional. And suddenly, everything starts to make sense. The confusion fades. The chaos subsides. You begin to recognize God's hand in every detail. You speak with authority because you're anchored in truth, and people will notice that change. They'll be drawn to your peace because true peace is rare in this world. Your future now is a season of wise navigation. You will not be deceived by flattery or false urgency. Your heart is grounded. You will know when to wait and when to walk. You are no longer guessing. You are being guided toward abundance and freedom. Do not allow yourself to be manipulated. You know who you are and where you belong. Your energy is sacred, and your time is precious. Walk with your head held high and your spirit enlightened. My dear friends, a powerful change is coming. It's not a whisper. It's a surge rising from within you. It doesn't come from a title or applause. It comes from God. Perhaps you doubted it before or buried it under insecurity, but now it's emerging. The time is now. That unwavering strength was always within you, but the voices of fear prevented you from hearing it. Now, as God breathes upon your life, that strength begins to take the lead. For years, fear convinced you that you were too small or too late. It kept you sitting when you should have been standing. But no more. That fear is breaking down and doubt is dissolving. Now you believe in the one who lives within you, the one who is greater than any problem in the world. This confidence isn't based on your credentials. It's based on your conviction. It's not saying, I could do anything. It's saying, I know God and He does it. This strength is for a purpose. You are being filled to lead and bridge the gap for others. You are rising up to be a light for those who don't yet believe that freedom is possible. This isn't ego. It's a sacred responsibility. You may not feel ready, but God is expanding your capacity right now. He is preparing your heart for what is to come. God is strengthening your voice and sharpening your vision today. Do you know why? Because there are people waiting on the other side of your obedience. There are entire lives connected to your courage and destinies that depend on your decision to level up. You no longer have time to keep questioning or waiting for another sign. The sign is already in your spirit. The strength is already increasing. You just have to trust. You don't need to roar to be powerful or shout to be seen. You simply need to walk into a room with the weight of who you are in God. That is true confidence. It doesn't plead, it doesn't beg, it simply stands firm. It speaks with grace and clarity when necessary. You don't need the validation of the crowd when you have the confirmation of heaven. There will be times when fear tries to return, but it will no longer guide you. Doubt will no longer dictate your decisions. You will move forward anyway, because now you understand that courage is not the absence of fear, but refusing to let fear have the final say. In that holy challenge, your faith will deepen and your leadership will be undeniable. Others will see the strength in your eyes and the firmness in your steps, and they will begin to believe that if God did it in you, He can do it in them too. That is how the anointing multiplies. Listen to this. Your transformation doesn't stop in your soul. It manifests in your physical body. This is a true awakening. Your posture changes, your eyes shine brighter, and there's a new power in your silence. People notice something sacred about you that transcends flesh and blood. It is the light of God reflected in your being. This change may have been born in your tears or your pain, but now it's in your bones. Your cells are responding. Your breathing is deeper. You're not waking up to caffeine, but to a sacred impulse. You may feel warmth or a new energy coursing through you. That's your body aligning with divine truth. You are being reconfigured to carry a new level of power that brings healing to others. Your body is now the temple where the Holy Spirit has complete control. This doesn't mean you won't get tired, but rather that even in your weakness you carry something eternal and weighty. God has left his mark on you. You no longer drag along your old self or live under the pressure of hiding your brokenness. Now your inner and outer selves are in harmony. Your hands serve with grace. Your words heal with wisdom, and your presence has authority. You don't demand, you attract. You don't force, you flow. Your body becomes a living testimony. You will take care of yourself not out of vanity, but out of reverence for the gift God gave you. You are a living altar in action. This visible healing will reach people who may never open a Bible, but they will see you and wonder what happened. And when they ask, you'll point to heaven and say, "This is what a life looks like when God takes control." As you reach the end, understand this. Chosen one, you no longer walk unseen. Heaven and the universe are watching you, not with judgment, but with expectation. They know what God has placed within you and wait to see if you will rise. Your life is no longer just a sequence of days. It is a message, a movement, and a historic moment that heaven is recording. This is not the time to retreat or procrastinate. It is a time to live with urgency and walk with fire. God prepared you in the darkness for this very moment in the light. You are not alone. You have the support of something much greater than yourself. Rise up, for this is your legacy and your mission. Heaven is watching, and it is your turn to walk boldly toward what is already yours. Thank you for joining me until the end. If this message touched your heart or brought clarity to your life, I invite you to support this channel. Your words and prayers help us continue spreading God's peace throughout the world. Take a moment right now to like this video, subscribe, and share this message with someone who needs strength and wisdom today. We want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell us what part of this message transformed your perspective today. May God's grace cover you and bless every work of your hands. Keep walking in the light, chosen one. Your story is just beginning.